If you only have one lead source for your business, then your business is in serious jeopardy. And that's because you're putting all of your eggs into that one basket. In this video, I'm going to talk about some of the big challenges behind having one lead source, right? One of the big problems to look out for. And then from there, I'm going to talk about some recommendations, some resources that you can use to really start diversifying very easily and efficiently within your business. Now, here's really the simple truth. If you just rely on one source for leads, you're putting all your eggs in one basket. And what happens if that lead source goes away? If there is one area in your business where more than 80% of your revenue, really honestly, even more than 50% comes from just one source, then you're in trouble. Because I want you to imagine what happens if that source goes away tomorrow. Now, I'll give you a couple examples. One example is one of our clients, in 20 years, been doing the exact same direct mail campaigns, consistently working. Why do I need another lead source? I can just consistently send out these mailers and get clients coming in. But then what happened? Well, a couple of years ago, it just stopped working. And the thing is, when that happens, you are now on your back foot scrambling. You are in reaction mode instead of being proactive, right? What we're talking about, and the reason I'm making this video is to encourage you to be proactive. If you just have one lead source, and I'm gonna give you some resources throughout this video that you can use to diversify very quickly your lead sources. But if you just have one lead source, you need to be proactive today, because otherwise you're gonna be put in a position where you're relying on all of this revenue and you don't have anything else. Because even if you have another lead source, that if you have one lead source that works really well and you have another one that just gets a small amount that you maybe put a little bit of ad budget into, or maybe you do a little bit over there. If you've already built it out, it's a lot easier to ramp something up than to really get into damage control mode if your main lead source breaks, your main basket bursts, and now all of a sudden your eggs are all over the floor. You're like, oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And now you're trying to build from scratch, but you're playing catch up. You have payroll, you have costs, you have revenue targets, you have all of these things. And next thing you know, you're dipping into your savings, or even worse, trying to figure out how to get another lead source. And what I want to do in this video is help prevent that from happening in your business, because I've seen it time and time again. Now, I have firsthand seen this with many, many different entrepreneurs that I know, people who have come on as clients after running into these problems with Facebook ads. Now, you probably are familiar with Facebook ads for a long time. People are getting great results. They're like, I can just throw an ad up on Facebook. I can get 5x ROAS easy, 7x, and then they were like, the 4x isn't that bad, 3x, oh, okay, 2x, I can make the money on the back end, trust me. And then next thing you know, the problem is you're not getting the results anymore. It's like being boiled alive, like a frog being boiled alive. Then all of a sudden, you're saying, wait a second, where are all of these leads that I depend on? And why am I not getting them consistently like I was before? And it really is like being boiled alive, because it happens slowly over time. That's actually even more dangerous than the example I gave you earlier, because at least with the earlier example where it was working for a long time, then all of a sudden it didn't work, it was very easy to say, okay, I need to try something new. And they came to us with YouTube, omnipresent, some of the strategies that we have. But if it's slowly happening to you over time, then your margins are going to compress and get thinner and thinner and thinner. And you're going to realize, well, what is happening here? Why am I, now you got to spend more on Facebook just to get the same results you were getting before? And that's why we talk about, Facebook ads, some of the problems they have, not to mention the roller coaster. I've got plenty of other videos that kind of talk about Facebook ads, kind of running joke that, I talk about some of the big problems that Facebook has, especially since it's not an intent-based platform. It's kind of got that roller coaster effect with the algorithm. But regardless of the platform, I don't want you to put all your eggs in YouTube either. And one of the things that, even we looked at is at one time I was putting all my eggs into YouTube, and I said, well, wait a second, why am I doing that? And so YouTube is obviously the main source of new leads coming in. It's what we know. YouTube ads, over 80% of the leads that come into our business are from YouTube ads. But we have different diversification as well, both on the front end, but also with our omnipresent retargeting that we're running to get in front of people again and again. And then also with organic strategies, like right here on YouTube. Got a whole organic strategy of content that I post here on YouTube, content that I post on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, everywhere that continues to bring things in. I also speak on stages. I'm speaking at a very big stage in a couple months here. I'm flying out to Germany to speak on their biggest marketing stage. And so one of the things you got to look at is what are the different diversification that you can use, because just having one lead source puts all your eggs in one basket. Relying on direct mail, what if it doesn't work anymore? Relying on events, well, a couple of years ago when everything got shut down, events got shut down too. I know a lot of people that ran into a lot of challenges because all their business was reliant on events. Reliant on speaking. Well, what happens if you want to take a little bit of time off? Are you going to really force yourself to just be on that constant circuit? I remember one of our clients, he's been a professional speaker for over 30 years, and he was actually just in our office at one of our office days. We're out here in Austin, Texas, and we have some of our clients come in. And I remember him saying, I used to be on the speaking circuit all the time. All I would do is I would speak and I'd get clients. And then what I realized is, wait a second, when I saw your presentation, he saw me at an event speak, he said, when you said that you can make a video or a speech once on YouTube, and then you can have a webinar that covers everything, and then go from there, and then just get clients on autopilot, changed my whole worldview. Because I have been a road warrior for 30 years. And now I can create a YouTube video and I can sit back and I kind of like being at home or going skiing out in the Alps, right? Whatever it happens to be. And that's part of it too. So you might not even realize maybe you watching this video right now, you're the lead source. That's not sustainable either. And it's also not necessarily the lifestyle that you want to have. And so what I want to talk about is diversification. What you want to do is have multiple lead sources. Now, you have Facebook, or you have direct mail, or speaking on stages. One of the big ones I recommend is YouTube ads. Not a lot of people are utilizing them, although more and more people have with our help especially. And I remember, 5-6 years ago, I was talking about YouTube ads being the best platform, and people kind of laughed in my face, said, why do I need that when I've got Facebook ads? Well, now a lot of those same people are either coming to me or they've already faced challenges because Facebook got more and more expensive and just didn't get the same results as before. And so one of the things you want to look at is be proactive, get into these other platforms. Now, if you want to learn and diversify into YouTube ads, we've got some trainings down below, lots of trainings on this channel too, but I'll link to some resources. One of them is our $200 million YouTube ads PDF. It covers the exact step-by-step strategy that we've used to generate over $200 million for our clients. And we also have some strategies as well on omnipresent retargeting. So once you have all these leads coming into your business, what are you doing to actually get in front of them and get them to convert? I liken it to a gigantic microwave. You want to take all the leads coming to your business, put them in a microwave, turn on the microwave, and then that's going to warm up those leads until they're ready to pop and become clients. So you want to do that as well. You want to have that omnipresent strategy. Then maybe you should try speaking on stages. And that's something that I've really stepped up the speaking circuit. I think it's like every other month I'm speaking on a stage. And actually, in a couple months here, I've got 3 back-to-back presentations that I'm giving at different events. And as you start doing that, you get invited to speak more and more. And also, it can be fun to diversify. We're going to be doing some stuff with direct mail soon. We honestly haven't been doing as much. It's kind of funny I told you about the direct mail example, but you want to test different things. You want to see, okay, what's going to work for me? How can I diversify our lead sources? Of course, for us, organic video is a great one too. That's a great way to diversify because it's also content that exists for a long period of time. We've got trainings on that as well. I'll link those below. But what I really recommend, if you are only relying on one lead source, your business could be in jeopardy. And what you need to do is you need to say, hey, how can I diversify, create new lead sources that can consistently bring in new leads, sales, and revenue? All right, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like the video if you found it valuable, share it with a friend. If you know somebody else, another entrepreneur, they're only relying on just one lead source, send them this video, because I honestly don't want to see more people like some of these examples I gave that are relying and putting all their eggs in one basket only for it to fall apart, right? You want to make sure that you are diversifying. And then the second thing that I would say is make sure that you subscribe and turn on the bell notification icon so you never miss a video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.